Eike Batista da Silva is a Brazilian-German entrepreneur born on November 3, 1956, in Governador Valadares, Minas Gerais, Brazil. His parents are Eike Batista and Eike Batista, of German descent. His father was a respected mining executive and the former CEO of Vale, one of the world's largest mining companies. Batista studied engineering in Germany but left to pursue business opportunities. He is known for his ventures in the mining and oil and gas industries. In the 19th, he literally turned everything his hands touched to gold. He was a role model, the mirror every Brazilian entrepreneur wants to reflect. From the height of mining gold, he got to the zenith of building empires. He is hailed as the richest in Brazil and promises to become the wealthiest on earth. Batista was married to Brazilian model and carnival queen Luma de Oliveira from 1991 until their divorce in 2004, and they have 2 children together. Eike Batista wasn't just any businessman but one of the crown jewels of Brazil's booming economy. He claimed to have discovered massive oil reserves and promised that Brazil would soon rival the Middle East in energy production and become the new El Dorado. Investors flocked to his ventures, pouring billions of dollars into his dream. In 2001, he founded MPX, which was a power generation company based in Rio de Janeiro. In 2005, he created MMX, which focuses on mining iron ore in Brazil and Chile. In 2007, he founded LFX, which focused on providing logistics to Eike's other companies. In 2007, he founded OSX, which focused on building ships. He intentionally added X at the end of all his company names because he believes that X implies the multiplication of wealth and growth. Batista was among the world's wealthiest individuals, with a net worth estimated at $35 billion in 2012, ranking him as the 7th richest person globally and the richest in Brazil. It was as if he cracked the code of constant flow of income. Investors didn't only want to partner but to worship him as the god of wealth. But behind the glitz and glamour, cracks were forming. Analysts started raising questions about the feasibility of Batista's oil projects. Despite his optimistic forecasts, OGX wasn't producing as much oil as promised. Batista reassured everyone, but time was running out. By 2013, the truth was undeniable. OGX reported that many of its wells were dry, and the projected oil reserves were overestimated. Investors panicked, shares plummeted, and Batista's empire began to crumble. Gradually, dreams started turning to nightmares and expectations failed like the Titanic. As Batista's companies faltered, so did his reputation. Banks demanded repayments of massive loans. Investors accused him of misleading them. His once loyal supporters now viewed him as reckless and overconfident. Investors that flocked around him began to flee. The media turned against him, labeling him as a symbol of greed and hubris. Brazil's economy, partially tied to his ventures, took a hit. Batista went from being a billionaire to being $1 billion in debt. In January 2017, he was arrested and thrown in prison by Brazilian authorities for money laundering and bribery. He was sentenced to 30 years imprisonment for laundering $100 million and bribing the former governor of Rio de Janeiro, Sergio Cabral, with $16.6 million to give his company government contracts. Investigations revealed that his rapid success was partly built on unsustainable promises and unethical practices. He admitted to paying bribes to secure government contracts and was sentenced to prison. It was a shocking downfall for a man who once represented hope and prosperity. His empire, once worth billions, was now in ruins. Batista's story isn't just about failure, it's about accountability. While he served time for his crimes, he publicly admitted to his mistakes and urged others to learn from his story. He became a cautionary tale of ambition, unchecked by ethics and realism. So, what can we learn from Eike Batista's rise and fall? 1. Overpromising can lead to disaster. Always be realistic about what you can deliver. 2. Diversify with caution. Expanding too quickly can spread resources too thin. 3. Ethics matter. Shortcuts may bring temporal success, but integrity ensures lasting trust. 4. Transparency builds trust. Be honest with stakeholders, even when things don't go as planned. Batista's fall serves as a powerful reminder: success without a solid foundation is destined to collapse. Build wisely, and success will follow. What do you think about Batista's story? Share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more lessons from the world's most fascinating business stories.